Hi all, welcome to Psychology for Yogis with Livia, because yogis need shrinks too. Today we're going to talk about internal and external resources to support you in your practice, in your teaching, in your life as being a human being in a body. I wanted to share this with you because I have a webinar that's starting on Friday called How to Keep Your Shit Together, Essentials of Shock and Trauma Every Yoga Teacher Should Know. And we're going to go way more in depth in that webinar. But the tools I'll give you today are just a taste of that. So it's a little bit of a teaser. And I actually think you could run with this for a little while. So hopefully you'll get a little nugget out of it. So here we go. We're going to talk about internal and external resources. First, we're going to and about 3 of each. First thing is internal resources. So our bodies and our nervous systems and our minds and our hearts kind of will always look towards homeostasis. It's kind of how we are as animals in our nature. And when something happens to us that is too much, too fast, too soon, and we get in shock, or we get a little traumatized, or we get overwhelmed, triggered, all of these can be synonyms, it's best to start to slow down the experience, to make the experience smaller and more contained. And one of the quickest ways to do that is to turn the awareness back into the body. So here's 3 internal resources that you can use. One is tracking your breath. So noticing the rhythm of the inhale and the exhale, and even trying to make the breath more even. So if there's like a hyperventilation, best to bring the exhale more prominent to level the inhale and the exhale, and vice versa. If there's a real kind of slump, nothing's happening, you're kind of passing out, best to initiate some inhale, bring even a little bit of movement. Notice the movement of the inhale move in your body, and that'll start to regulate the breath. Then the other internal resource that I want to share is about making contact on your body. So like endpoints of hands back onto your body, like giving yourself a hug, or touching hands on heart, or hands on belly, even, wrapping yourself up a little bit. Containing yourself can be really useful in that way. So some contact back onto your own body. Then the third one is tracking sensation. Sensation being words like tingling, pinching, heat, cold, smooth. Just like noticing a sensation in any body part, could even start in your fingernail or your toe or your nose or something. But tracking that sensation as it moves in your body. So identifying a sensation and then tracking it. Those are my top 3: breath, contact, tracking sensation internally. For many people, coming back into the containment of the body will be really useful, and their systems will start to reapproach homeostasis. For some, to return back into their bodies is too threatening. For whatever reason, there's a way in which we've learned that the body is not safe. And so let's say coming back into noticing our breath or sensation actually makes things worse. Well, then some external resourcing would be better. So no resource is created equal to everybody. It's really a matter of finding kind of the golden ticket. So some external resources. Contact again. But rather than making contact to your own body, contact to something outside of you, like leaning on a chair, leaning in my chair. Or if you're in nature, leaning on a tree, feeling the bark of the tree along your back, or hugging the tree, laying on the grass, feeling your feet on the earth, cement or grass, whatever it is. That can be really supporting to the system to orient like your body and yourself in time and place and space. So contact, but outside of yourself. Even contact with somebody else, maybe being embraced by someone or sitting back to back with them, will start to make you calm down. So contact just outside of yourself. Then, just like you notice sensation internally, noticing specific details externally. So like if I look outside my window, I can notice specific details of the table and chairs that are on my porch. And I get very focused on that, and it helps me kind of orient to where I am. So you might find it helpful to notice like details of a room or details of someone's hair or clothing, or just something to bring you into the present moment, okay, when things are getting really big and out there, coming back to where you are in time, place, and space. So again, contact outside of yourself, specific details outside of yourself, okay? That can be really helpful. The other resource that I like as well is water, actually, is a pretty neutral one. Finding some water or a drink and taking it in and feeling the water move through your body and just kind of settling in that way. Movement can also be a resource, and you have to play with this one as well, because sometimes when we start moving, let's say practicing yoga, it's the repetitive motion of it allows us to disassociate and kind of split off and go somewhere else. But for some of us, it'll take us right into our body. It'll actually help us track sensation. So you can try both and see where you kind of are on the spectrum and what would work best for you. So again, there's no one resource that's going to be universally perfect for everybody. It's really about being willing to experiment with yourself and having enough awareness to be like, oh, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I'm like kind of out of it. And so it's like it's your job to sort of start slowing it down and playing with these tools to find out really what works for you. So my invitation to you is, again, let's awareness, notice. Are there times in this, let's say, week or 2 weeks that you get overwhelmed? And try one of these resources and see what works. And it might get worse before it gets better. You know, if you start to track sensation in your body and all you're noticing is like massive freaking out, I highly recommend that you go ahead and notice some details in the room around you. Be really specific. See if that helps. The more aware and attuned and deeply knowing of what supports you, like the more of that you become, the better off you're going to be for everybody around you. It's sort of that regulate yourself before regulating somebody else. And the more you're just in touch with your own emotional body, and the more you feel in your body and integrated and stable and clear, the better off everybody is around you. That's the key. The key piece to beginning to regulate other people is regulating yourself. And I actually think that's a lovely principle of being a human being, which is that we can support each other by supporting ourselves, not in a selfish, narcissistic way, but to really be of service to somebody else or really help them. Like, we have to be really centered and grounded. So it's important that we know what we need, where we are, what we need, and how to get it. So my invitation to you this week is notice what activates you, what sends you a little bit over the edge, and bring it back in by either coming back into your body through contact, noticing breath, or tracking sensation. And if that doesn't help, try the external resource by noticing specific details outside of you that orient you to time, place, and space. Try drinking water. Try some movement. Try contact of your body on something outside of you, like nature or a chair or a wall even. Try that and see. And get to know yourself. Get to know what works for you. And of course, report back to me if you're interested, and mostly report back to yourself. Write yourself little sticky notes of what helps, and you can put it on your fridge and be like, when activated, please select one of the following. Something like that. So if you like this video, if you found it helpful, click like and give it a share either on Facebook or Twitter. If you have anything you'd like to share, please feel free. You can share your comments here or send me an email directly if you prefer. You're welcome to do that. It's lgsyoga@gmail.com. I love hearing from you. If this tempted you at all for the upcoming webinar, then go to my website, which is www.ecstatic unfoldment.com. It's all one word. Click the online tab and you'll find the registration link. And that starts on Friday. So don't hesitate to sign up. Pretty much like do it now. Like go now. Do it now. And hope it helps, and see you next time. All right. Bye.